guys, I've got a convention in 5 days and I need to make a Winx Club costume because obviously I need to, and this is the target. I want to become this. All right, so step one to making costume wings is that you need to print, unless you want to freehand it, which I have done, but we're gonna print it. So this is the design, and that weird line I put around it, by the way, I just freehanded that real fast because I thought that it would be easier to assemble it later because there's all these straight lines, so it's kind of hard to figure out what goes where. So if I put the squiggly line, it'll make it more obvious when I'm setting it up. So I use Microsoft Paint for printing stuff because it's easier. So I resize it in Microsoft Paint and then print it this way. So you see here, this is a default and it's really annoying because obviously I don't want this to be one page. I want it to be enormous. So I don't, unless you have a giant poster plotter printer, that'd be cool. Anyway, so adjust to 100% normal size. Yeah, so you could also actually, instead of resizing your image, just say like, I want this to be 5 times the size, just do that. But anyway, so looks like this. You need to have margins, unfortunately. I wish you didn't because it adds extra steps to have the margins. Anyway, and then you press OK. And it says 2 by 5 pages. That sounds about right. And then we're gonna print it. They look like this. So again, it's not an optimal size, but I just have them laid out so I can make sure I like the size. All right, so I had to run errands after dress rehearsal, so excuse this, but that's the size of the wings. I would like them to be bigger if I'm being honest, but this is what we can do with the fabric that I have, and this is pretty accurate for Mythix, I think. They could be wider, but I like this. I think this is good, so yay, now I have to assemble it. Next, I need to cut some of the margins and tape it together. You can see that I'm strategically leaving some margins so that I can attach it. This is going to be the template for bending the wire, so yeah, you just draw up your wing design, cut it out, tape it together, and you can see that I'm using that flash line I put around it to help. I don't know. Cool. All right, excuse just how much is going on my table right now, and my chair is a little bit creaky, so sorry if you can hear that, but here's the wing. It's not as large as I would like it to be, but it's pretty accurate for Mythix. All right, so I want to show you, because that was my original wing, and actually with this amount of fabric, I could easily have done that wing, like this way. Obviously, I'd have to finesse it a little bit more, but I could have done 2 of these very easily. But the reason that we can't, I'll show you, and the fabric, luckily, when you buy it, you buy this way. So this is the standard length, which is a lot. And I bought the double-sided one, so it has 2 fiber optic sets, like 1 on each side. And that was because I knew I could cut the wings this way, but I wasn't really thinking that much because it's fiber optic. Once you cut it, where it's cut, the light can't get, right? So because we're doing a complex shape, we need to take that into consideration. So also you don't want the fiber optics running in different directions on each one because that's how the lights will work. It's not going to be like the wings are like fully lit up at all times. It's going to be at these little things, but when it's dark enough outside, you can really see it according to the videos that I've seen, and not the videos from the company, like the videos I saw online, which is what made me ultimately purchase. Because at first I was like, this has to be a scam, no way. But I was really excited when I found this fabric. So anyway, as much as I would like to do these like absolutely enormous ones, they're truly, I mean, they're not like that much smaller, see? So I think it'll be fine. We are bending the wire. This is a giant pain and your hands are going to be really sore, but it is worth it. Just make sure you get, if you think the wire that you grabbed is good, get the next thicker one. Just trust me. Also, copper wire is much easier to bend, but it's also much easier to bend, so it doesn't stand up super well. So take that as a word of caution. You'll need it. All right, so it's been about an hour of bending wire, and this is what we're looking at now. So they're not all positioned properly, like I need to rebend these wires, but I decided to do them all separately because it ended up making more sense. And so the light, I know it's hard to see, but the medium gray is going to be, I can't decide which one's going to be the light up fabric and which one's not, because they overlap in a really interesting way. I'm going to look at pictures of Tecna in the show and just see what I like the look of. Also, sorry about my nails. I'm wearing makeup, so I keep getting it in my nails. But yeah, so I'm going to do the like really pretty light blue organza that I have. It's like really shiny and cool. I got it from Aliexpress and I'm really excited about it. As like the back layer. And then the front layer I think is going to be the light up spots because then it shows up better in the front. And I think it'll still show through the organza in like super dark light, which the point of this costume is for night use. So I think it's going to be cool and they'll look fine when it's not night. But I'm going to double check and make sure that looks good. And then these, there's no sense in using this really thick wire that's hard to bend and is heavy on these since they're just little, and I'm just gonna like attach them to the rest of the wings. So I'm going to use thinner wire for that. We skipped ahead a bit here, but this is me covering the second layer of the wing with organza. So I really like to use organza because it's lightweight and also looks really pretty. Also, steam your organza before you do this. Every single time I decide like it'll be fine and it always looks stupid. Please steam your organza. Like, it's so silly. But anyway, I'm just hot gluing it on. I burned my hand really, really bad at one point during one of these wings, so don't do that. If you want to know how I'm entertaining myself, I'm watching Angel Loza, my favorite YouTube channel and my best friend. Anyways, so here we have the fiber optic fabric, and this is very scary. So the reason I decided to, or I originally wanted to do all one piece is because it would make more sense for the fiber optics, but I'm running into this issue now where it's like, okay, regardless of if it's one piece or not, there's still this issue where like if you cut this area, then this whole area will be dark, right? Because even if there's fabric here, the fiber optics won't reach. So that's an issue. But I think how I'm going to circumvent that is that this is the back layer of the wings, so it's not going to be exceedingly obvious once I put this thing. This is the other half of the wing, and they're not like taped into place right now. I taped these ones into the place that I want them in, which isn't the canonical exact place, but I thought it would be the most optimal for where the fiber optics actually are. But anyway, this is going to be over it, so you're not actually going to be able to see a lot of these areas as well, like the areas between the diamonds. So I think it'll be okay if we leave some here. I'm just going to be very, very careful. So for example, like I know I can cut this area because there's absolutely no like wing over there, and there won't be. So if I cut, I'm so scared. I just don't want to cut it because I didn't buy extra of this fabric because it was so expensive. Normally I buy a lot of extra of any fabric that I'm using because, you know, you don't want to have too little. So you want to have, usually I have room to mess up completely at least once and have to start over completely at least once. So basically I can cut to like here. You know, I can cut like the wing shape to here. I'm just scared over here. Do you see the vision? Look at that. Like, by the way, the reason it doesn't last very long is because it's not connected to the phone right now. There's an app that you can tell it like how long you want it to go and stuff. But anyway, it's gonna look so much better when there's not a lot of light in the room, but yes. And notice how at the edge, it actually is like a lot more impressive. Is this out of battery now? Shoot. Sorry, I didn't charge these. I need to. There we go. Okay. At the edge, it's actually a lot more impressive because that's how fiber optics work. There's a way to hack this where if I were to just score this with an X-Acto knife but keep the fabric, it would be more impressive at the edges, and I might end up doing that. We'll see, but oh my god, this looks so good. Yay! Tecna! I'm so excited. Sorry, I've been wanting to do this specific costume for so long, not with lights or anything, because I mean, I didn't even think that was possible. So this is just so exciting. Cutting this fabric is so beyond satisfying. I'll be including some like parts where you can hear it later, but also just this video is so fun. Look at the rainbow colors and how beautiful the edges of the fabric look. It's weird because I'm indoor, and I guess I should have known because convention centers are really well lit, but in my house with the lights on and the windows open, look how nice this looks. You can really tell it's lighting up, but you'll see. We'll discuss this. All right, I'm almost done, and I just want to like show you the satisfying part like up close and with sound. So check this out. It's real satisfying. All right, I turned all the lights off for this shot, so this is what they look like in full dark, but obviously I'm never just gonna be in like a pitch black room. I mean, maybe, we don't know. But here's with Cleo's light on, so just a little bit of light. And this is without the green parts, by the way. So there's gonna be small triangles in the middles that are gonna be green towards here, which will really help with masking. This particular area is the biggest concern. I wish that I had fanned this out a little bit more so there wouldn't be so much of that, but I'm just gonna move this up a little bit so that it blocks it. But this is what we're looking at. Pretty cool, pretty cool. I'm really happy with this. I think it looks awesome. And it'll make more sense with the actual costume, but I'm very, very happy. Again, trust the process. trust the process. Okay, I'm gonna go to work. Goodbye. Really proud of myself. We're making pretty good time, although I'll be fretting tomorrow. But anyway, now we're covering these parts of the wings in ribbon. I was originally going to do purple, but I found that because when the fiber optics are on, you can't really tell that the other fabric is purple, that doing purple outlines on these looked really silly. And although the Canon design has purple, I thought that this blue would look a lot better. And I super like how this looks. And funny enough, the purple, this exact material, like this ribbon, is what I used for Enchantix Tecna, and it looked so good. So I was really happy to find it in this color. And the purple actually would match decently well, but I'm going a different direction and hopefully it pays off. I mean, I still need to glue it down in a couple more spots, but I'm really happy with this, so woohoo! Also, I burned my hand really bad, and I thought, because I was pushing down on hot glue, and normally I just do that and it hurts, and then I peeled off the hot glue and call it a day. Like, so my fingers hurt, but it's not a big deal. But this time I thought I was peeling hot glue off my skin, but I peeled my skin off, so maybe be careful. You can wear gloves if you want to push on the hot glue. This $10 spool of ribbon covered 1/3 of what I needed. Luckily, they have 40% off one item, like, at all times, so I didn't pay $10 for it, but, like, are you kidding me? So I need to go back already and get more. Luckily, like, it's not absurdly far away. All right, I'm still working on where the control boxes are gonna go and also the fibers, but, so this is the wing, just the backdrop wing, like the outer wing, I don't know what to call it, and then this is with the other wing applied, so it looks really good. I'm really happy with this. So this is without the little green wings though, because the green wings are, I'm going to be using like a much thinner wire because it doesn't call for this super thick wire. And oh my God, my fingers hurt so bad from that thicker wire. So I still need to figure out where all of this is going to go. So with this wing, I was smart and did it right up against the selvage edge. So it'll be a lot easier to cover up. But with this one, I have a lot of extra because I'm dumb. So, I mean, most of that's going to be, it's going to be behind me. So only up here do I need to worry about it, and it's already pretty close to the edge anyway, so we're good up there. But I also want all these fibers hidden because, you know, these really bright, goofy lights behind me will be really obvious, but I think I'm just gonna do some, like, Velcro with the fabric that I'm using for the dress, since this is gonna be stuck into my dress. All right, so the wings are almost done. There's still fibers here, as you can see. I need to hide the control boxes. I just haven't 100% decided how I'm gonna do it yet, but this is what we've got. It's a little too dark outside, so it's hard to see what's going on with them, but I'm so happy about this. It looks so much better than I thought it was going to, and like, this is so cool, and I love these little parts too. I'm glad I decided to do them the way that I decided to do them. I think they look really cool, and I also love, this wasn't intentional, but the way they're like separated, because Mythix is very flower based, you know? So having these kind of lifting like petals actually looks quite cool, and I just can't believe this worked out. I'm just used to things going so wrong and being so frustrating, but these wings, like, they really stay up well. I don't need to like tie them to anything or do anything, and normally I don't test if they're gonna fit on my body before the actual con, so this is great. The wings are usually the thing that causes problems for me, and this is perfect. So now I just need to make the dress. Very simple. I've never made like a one sleeve mini dress before, but how hard can it be? Famous last words. Let's get into it. All right, so I tried to just kind of guess the pattern and didn't do a super good job. That's a very loose mock-up I did. So instead, I'm just going to use my tank top. All I need to do is increase the length of this and then cut down here. So I'm going to go get my rotary cutter and basically just cut around this. And I have the fabric folded already, so I'll end up with 2 of this, and then I'll just work from there. I'm going to push this up though, because so the way I want to do this is that I want this bottom layer to be tulle. like, well, not tulle, this organza, basically. I'm going to use all these different colors of organza that I have. This is something else, sorry. But I'm going to use this, and then the green and mix them all together, and that'll look super cool because it'll match. I know you can't see them, but there's a big, like, flower here that's similar to this. But I'm going to make this, and this consistent by making them all made out of the organza. And I think that's going to be super cool. And luckily, the wand is flat. That makes things a lot easier because I'm going to make it on my laser cutter. So basically, I'm going to bring the dress down just a little bit. I'm going to make it like that somewhat, and then just tool. And then I might make safety shorts out of this material because I don't have my shorts pattern anymore, but I can just go grab some of my shorts and make another one. It's really not hard. So yeah. Hey guys, sorry. So I did my test dress. It's hard to show you. And it fit mostly, except I know this is hideous fabric. That's why I bought it, so that I could do mock-ups with it. The stretch is this way, not horizontal, only vertical. So it didn't fit on that virtue, but other than that, it fits. So this fabric is the same way where the vertical is not as good as the horizontal. I mean, whatever orientation you have it in, but in this case, this way has a good stretch and this way does not. So obviously I want the good stretch where I'm gonna need it more. And then I'm just cutting it ludicrously long because I don't know how I'm gonna handle the bottom of the dress. And yeah, I was gonna time lapse this, but it's a little late. I'm already halfway through cutting the second piece, as you can see. But yeah, I'm just using, it's identical on both sides. This isn't a super complicated pattern at all. Where it's gonna get complicated is the bottom of the dress. All right, now let's do some sewing. This is a serger. Also, please excuse my many hand injuries. We're at 2 so far. Let's see if we get a 3rd before the end of this project. We're almost done though, to be fair. But anyway, this is a serger. So a sewing machine is a different thing. A serger sews and locks your stitch and cuts your fabric for you and creates this like magic hem thing. It's like a serge hem. I don't know technical terms, as you can see. I took one sewing class once in 7th grade. 8th grade, actually. Doesn't matter. So these are pretty expensive, but you can find them pretty regularly at thrift stores or on Facebook Marketplace or Craigslist or something for really, really cheap. My mom bought me this one because my old one broke, and this one is the newer version of my old one, and this one probably came out like 20 years ago. This is the Mylock 134D by Genome, or Genome, I don't know how to pronounce it. And this is like perfect. It's amazing. So the best use for these is like, you're not gonna be able to sew fabric, like stretchy fabric on a regular sewing machine. It is so difficult. It is such a pain. And this just is magic. It's the best for sewing stretchy fabric. Anyway, I'm only using one needle. Usually there's 2. You don't actually have to use both, but this one, I don't know, something about this machine, it was having issues, so I'm gonna have to figure that out later, but I wasn't really gonna fiddle with that right now. So let's do some sewing. Woohoo. Sorry, I'm trying to get to the foot pedal. Usually I actually use my hand instead of the foot pedal, but I really want to have like a really clean edge on this one because usually I do kind of a straight line, but this one I want to curve better. Okay, so, and you can go as fast as you want. The faster you go, the more prone to error you are, but this is good. And just watch it as you're going, so, yeah, it looks about right. We've zoomed in a little. Watch this. Wow, amazing. So this is how it looks right now. I think this is pretty good. The length is actually like close to what I want. One side is going to stay as long as it is and the other side's going to be cut upwards. So I got an iPad, by the way. Ooh, we're going to use this in videos a lot. So, oh my gosh, earlier I put it on the wrong way and I totally forgot that it was like literally identical on both sides. So I was like, oh God, I cut it the wrong side. But no, we all have matching sleeve orientations. And I've always, all this time, thought that the doll was inaccurate and that the skirt was like petals. And if you look, I found this in one of the episodes, like I think the episode that they get Mythix in. Oh, Yeah, I gotta take a bunch of pictures. So that one's actually better. So, well, I don't know, whatever. So I always thought that there was like a petal here and then another petal here and then fluff underneath, but no, it's one asymmetrical cut to the dress and then some like little weird skirt underneath. I don't really like the little weird skirt thing going on because her like that's where that is, and I want this whole area to be sheer, so that's not gonna work for me. So I'm gonna alter it a little bit because this is my costume. I get to do what I want. Nobody knows Mythix anyway. Nobody cares. This is all for me. So I'm gonna cut it like starting here, which is like, you know, where my legs separate. I don't know. And then move down. And then there is going to be a bunch of fluff here, but it's organza. Because I really want to use green because look at this fabric. And this is on the wings too, by the way. It's just not as obvious on the wings. All right, I'm not exactly sure if this is gonna work, but what I'm gonna do is I've just randomly cut these. It doesn't matter because these are supposed to be I mean, for me, the vision that I have, these are gonna be very messy. I'm honestly making this look more like Sofix than Mythix, but we're working with it. So we're gonna do green as like the top layer that you can see like on the outside, and then purple is gonna be the bottom layer. There's gonna be this, and I am gonna make shorts like for sure because I thought layering these would make them not as see-through, at least where there were 3, but no, it's not. So yeah, I'm gonna like gather these and like have like fun stuff, and then I might, if depending on how bulky it is, just get my scissors and start cutting crazy shapes in here because I want this to look very like flowery. Okay, trust the process. Trust the process. Okay, this is just Butterflicks, is it not? Like, hello? So I love this. This looks so pretty. So basically I'm just gonna do these little puckers occasionally. I'm just kind of pleating both ways and then pinning it on top. And then I'm gonna do just a serge line on top. I'm lazy, I don't wanna set up my sewing machine right now. And yeah, we're gonna do this all the way around, and then I'll probably attach it to whatever shorts I end up making. All right, we've got some last second stuff. So excuse me, my hands are covered in clay, you'll see why. But anyway, we need to make the flowers. So there's 2 pieces of the flowers. I was thinking about cutting them on my Cricut, but honestly, I'm just gonna freehand them because I'm making them out of organza, so whatever. And then I also am doing the wand. I'm laser cutting this, which is gonna kill me. But I actually have the materials that I want to use, at least the purple, which is the main material because that's going to be the backdrop. This is the plan. I haven't started yet because I'm currently spray painting this. I mean, honestly, I probably should start. I'll probably set that up. I just really don't want to set up a laser cutter right now. It is not set up right now. I also made the shoes. I kind of hate feet, so I don't really want to show you, but there's an open toe thing, so I kept it true to that. And they're really cute. I guess I'll, like, that's like really cute. I'm really happy with them. These are the same shoes I use for Enchantix Tecna. I use these, I'm just gonna say adult shoes because I like that the heel is like see-through so it looks like I'm flying. But also Mythix literally has shoes kind of like this. They're just like crystal heels and I'm not gonna be able to like do that. But anyway, I just hot glued them on the shoe covers. I like hot glued them onto the shoes so because I don't want to like permanently make these Mythix shoes because I use them for Enchantix too. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to take them off. But for now, I'm just breaking them in. So I'm going to be wearing them for the next couple hours and much more comfortable than last time I wore them. So pretty happy with that. So I kind of freehanded these ones, which wasn't the best idea. So I cut out a pattern for this one. I did use the envelope from one of my bills. But anyway, I'm just going to, it doesn't have to be exact, but I folded this into a bunch of spots. I'm going to come over, well, over there near the raw edge and use my rotary cutter. I'm not going to cut my finger again. No more injuries yet. The current ones keep getting hurt again, but so far so good. I need to film a bunch of reviews and my hands are getting really messy. Like I have spray paint and paper clay all over my hands, but it's fine. And if you can hear the fan, it's because I'm drying clay for the wand, which I think it's going to be cool. Still need to do the laser cutter. I'm just really dreading it. Yeah, I'm gonna cut this. Whoa. 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 Yeah, I don't know why it says 3 minutes. I'm anticipating that taking an hour. So these are the 3 circles for the wings. Each of them will be its own thing. And then these are the little diamonds. I'm printing extra just in case of those. I want to kind of make them more raised, so I think that'll work. Yeah, and I made the SVGs. I have a better video tutorial of this, and I can make one if you want for this sort of thing, but I just use Inkscape. Yeah. I guess I'll see you when the laser cut happens. Hopefully it does a good job. Also, I'm in the garage to vent better. I've got the exhaust going out the garage door. It's a very classy setup I have here. I just want to fully paint the picture of how things are going tonight. I am whittling an opening in the wand. It is 2 a.m. I'm watching Mythix. I'm really glad that I did this though, because the clay wasn't gonna work and I could have just left it like square-ended. Trust me, it'll look a lot better once it's painted, but yeah, it looks pretty cool. I'm waiting on the laser cutter. It's so slow. I'm watching Mythix and I am whittling my wand because I didn't like the shape of it and the paper clay wasn't gonna work, because why did I buy paper clay? I don't know, it just sounded cool. So I'm basically trying to carve a little. I carved the shapes here. I'm still perfecting that. I've never whittled before, so this is fun. Also, I didn't think I was ever gonna have to whittle, so I'm using a kitchen knife and a box cutter. No injuries yet, but I'll let you know. But yeah, I really like the shape of this, and all the imperfections are going to be covered up by the spray paint once I respray paint it. Trust the process. It's going. It doesn't look purple in there, but it's purple. It's just the yellow lighting. I need to figure out with my SVGs, because I turn PNGs into SVGs and it creates this thing where it's cutting twice and it's just fully unnecessary. Makes it take way longer than it should, but I'm still learning. I don't know. All right, my friends, we're in my spray paint zone. This is what we've got. So I'm spray painting the little details. They're drying. This piece that I just cut, thankfully, does not need spray painted, so that is very convenient. This side has melting of the acrylic, but yeah. Look how bad my tracing was, by the way. Probably should have checked that before I cut it, but it's fine. Because the circles will cover that, like, I don't know why there's a hair on it. This, like, really uneven circle here, like, the little circles will cover it up. Here's the little circles. I actually ran out of purple spray paint in the middle of working on these circles, so unfortunately this one's gonna stay like bubbly. Kind of sucks. And then this is the wand stem. So once it's dry enough, this little doohickey will stick in, these are all technical terms, will stick into there as far as I can get it, and then I'll E6000 it into place, and that's when we start praying. Also, I love that the green paint is sheer enough. Also, sorry, you can hear my laser cutter. It's powering down. You can still see the glitter texture through it. It's pretty cool. I am so happy with this. Having a prop is so fun. So yeah, this is looking really promising. I'm very happy with it, but I'm gonna give all this stuff a really good chance to dry before I proceed with anything, because like, if I glue this stuff on partially wet, it's not gonna work. Look how beautiful the substrate is here. Like, ooh, God, that's pretty. The gems are super, they're still like tacky, so they're not done drying, but that's what they look like. Also not double-sided, but they're gonna be glued on. Like the black side won't show, so that's fine. And I did do the sides. These are looking really cool. Very happy. This is the most stressful thing ever. So me and Brett are driving separately because I have to take a flight out. So I just filmed like 5 videos, and then there's the whole trunk is full, and then there's even stuff in Brett's car. This is fun. This has been a whirlwind, but we're heading out. All right, I'm all set to go. There is so much stuff. Brett's car is full too, and got my car CD because my phone is almost dead from filming all those videos. Why, thank you, sir. He's delivered me my Doja Cat CDs. I am set. I have to charge my phone, so I can't use the aux. so much for watching. Excuse my voice. I have been screaming all weekend. Been having so much fun. I really enjoyed this costume. It was really cool. Although the fiber optics did not show almost ever, so hopefully I could include at least some footage of them working, but it was super fun, and I really loved being Tecna again. I was in Chantix Tecna back in 2019 at San Japan, San Antonio cosplay convention, or anime convention, and it was super cool, and I really was proud of that costume, so I was really hoping to do another Tecna, and I've been really wanting to do Mythix for a long time. I was between Stella and Tecna, but Tecna won the day. I really love Tecna. So I'm really excited because this has definitely amped me up to do more Winx stuff going forward. I have a lot of Winx Club costumes that I really want to do, so hopefully I can get started on one soon. I really want to, this one, although it was quite last minute, I am very proud of it, but I think if I really give myself time and really like finely tune something, I can really make something special. So I'm really hoping to do that maybe for the next one, but we'll see. I just have such a busy life, as you can probably guess. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and hopefully this was either an enjoyable video for you, or if any of the like techniques that I used help you in any way. Yeah, that'd be nice. Let me know, I guess. And if you want to see more videos like this, please like and favorite and comment or whatever, and let me know, because I don't really post videos about this hobby that I do at all, but I felt like this was adjacent enough to dolls that I guess that it would work. But if you guys don't want to see this, I understand. Anyway, yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Bye!